Michigan Magazine is kept on the road by our many Michigan friends. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Thunder Bay Resort, a destination for all seasons with special events and packages. Thunder Bay Resort in Hillman. Rose City Drugs, your full-service pharmacy and gift shop with 1-hour photo in 15 minutes. North M33, Rose City. Announcing the Michigan Paddle Sports Directory, your one-stop internet connection. At MichiganPaddleSports.com, it's now possible to explore Michigan's extensive waterways like never before. Michigan Paddle Sports Directory is a comprehensive directory of canoe and kayak rentals and liveries throughout the entire state of Michigan. At MichiganPaddleSports.com, you'll find a great paddling route, outfitter, store, school, rental shop, or tour guide. Michigan's great waterways are waiting for you. Make it an adventure worth remembering by first visiting MichiganPaddleSports.com. On this week's Michigan Magazine, it's Cowboys and Old Engines. Yep, can't get much more off the beaten path and rural as that. First, to bring you part one of our coverage of the Cowboy Days 2013, held here in northern Michigan. Cowboy hero lookalikes of the silver screen run the bad guys out of town while promoting truth, justice, and the American way. It happens each year, and Michigan Magazine loves being a part of a time when you could tell the bad guys from the good guys. For the next couple of weeks, we'll be highlighting the men and women who travel the country promoting those old-time heroes and find out what makes them click. Then into the Michigan Magazine video archives as we celebrate 25 years of being on the air. We're bringing you a report we did on a Michigan classic, the annual Buckley Old Engine Show that brings tens of thousands of people through the gates each week. Don't forget, we're giving away more great prizes and getaways in celebration of our quarter of a century on the air. All you need to do is email the word or phrase of the week to iWatchMichiganMagazine@gmail.com. You'll then get the chance to win a trip like this vacation getaway to Thunder Bay Resort or to Canyons Lakeside Resort, plus oodles of other special gifts and prizes we'll be telling you all about. Stay tuned and watch for the phrase or word of the week here on Michigan Magazine.
Program support provided by Thunder Bay Resort, offering a winter getaway where sleigh bells echo through dense hardwood forests. Guests can experience a search for the majestic and elusive elk viewed from horse-drawn sleighs, then return to a welcomed fire, gourmet dinner, and tales of the day shared over a glass of wine from nearby Stony Acres Winery. USA Today calls the sleigh ride at Thunder Bay Resort one of 10 great places to ride into a Currier and Ives, located in Hillman on Michigan's Sunrise Side.
Experience the beauty, artistry, and taste of northern Michigan. Come to Amish Country Natural Products on Mount Tom Road, north of Mile, just off M33. From arts and crafts to fresh foods and vegetables, all natural, all local, all good. Stop by, get acquainted with Amish Country Natural Products, 1454 North Mount Tom Road, Mile. Each summer, yesterday's cowboy heroes of the silver screen mount up and head to northern Michigan for a celebration of the cowboy spirit. The spirit comes in the form of professional lookalikes, including Tom Mix, Annie Oakley, Fuzzy, Rooster Cogburn, Eula Goodnight, Marshall Matt Dillon, Lash LaRue, and the Lone Ranger. This year, the event included an actual working chuck wagon with Tee and Helen Raymont, serving up samples and history to the kids and kids at heart. And we can't forget the entertainments by John Merrick throughout the weekend. The Cowboys spent the days traveling through northern Michigan communities at sponsored locations, signing autographs and talking to fans about what made that special time in movie history so popular, when the good guys always came out the victors, and the bad guys either bit the dust or headed for the hills. Michigan Magazine traveled with the heroes in their annual Northern Michigan Crusade and had the chance to visit with them to find out what made their love of the characters they represented so special to them. The Lone Ranger and Tom Mix, you guys are coming, helping us celebrate the Independence Day.
That's correct.
Yeah.
We're going to be in the parade, yeah.
Okay, and this is a lot of fun. How many years has this been for you now? Up here in
this is the 13th year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I know. It's been 13 years, and it's great every time we come up.
How do you find time to fight bad guys and
we haven't much.
No matter
eating and resting, and the praise. We don't have much time to fight bad guys on the days like today. Yeah.
But in reality, is this your son? Tell us a little bit about him.
This is my son, Tom Mix. Yeah, Tom Mix.
So he got into the business a few years ago?
2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
3 now.
So what inspired him? Could I ask you?
Yeah, actually, see these guys going around doing all these different things and look pretty fun. So I thought, well, I'll give it a shot, and it's been kind of fun. Yeah. So it's kind of a family thing now, and we have a good time doing it. So.
And my 2 brothers.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep, they're here today.
Rooster Cogburn and Matt Dillon, world famous Cagle brothers.
Yeah.
I understand one of the Cagle boys hitched up with another.
Yes,
one, right?
He got hitched up. He found his wife up here.
Last year, actually, they met when we were up here doing the festival last year. So they met last year. So kind of.
You guys have got a full schedule this coming.
Oh, we do. Yes.
You got shootouts.
We'll keep us busy, that's for sure.
Yeah, you've got some great places to visit here. And welcome to Michigan again, you guys. And thanks. We need you every year up here to get rid of the bad guys. You know.
Well, we're trying our best.
There's not that many bad people in Rose City, though.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Everybody's pretty good.
Yeah. We're with Bob Wallace, also known as Lash LaRue. Lash, welcome to Rose City again.
It's nice to be here.
And this is, how many years have you been here?
I think this is 3 for me.
3 years.
Yeah, third time.
And you're going to be here for the next couple of days?
Yes, I am.
Fighting off the bad guys and
yeah, that's the plan.
So how long have you been in the business of fighting off the bad guys as Lash?
About 25 years.
25. What got you into it in the first place?
I always was a collector of cowboy things, and I met the real Lash LaRue in the mid-1980s, and he encouraged me to do this. He said, why don't you, do this and dress like me and go around. So 25 years later, here I am.
Yeah, you still get the good reaction from the kids. And
yeah, that's a lot of people don't know who Lash LaRue is as opposed to the Lone Ranger or Roy Rogers, but there's a lot of them that do, and he was a pretty unique character. He was my favorite when I was a boy. But over the years, I got to meet him, and I'd have dinner with him 4 or 5 times a year, and he'd tell me stories. He was a gentleman, for one thing. My wife would go with me sometimes, and he was a gentleman. He loved his fans. He told me one time that there was nothing he liked better than someone to come up with their grandson or son and say, now this was my hero when I was a boy. He said it was just fantastic for him. Yeah. But he was a good man. He was a good man.
Well, you're good to keep the tradition alive and kind of let the kids know that there was a person like Lash.
That's the reason I do it, is for the kids. I just love kids. And also it's a way of saying thank you for all the enjoyment he gave me over the years. So it's my way of paying him back.
Good to see you here.
Hi, Barry. How are you? It's good to be here in Rose City.
You are portraying Fuzzy. Now, a lot of people know, some of them do, that Fuzzy was a character in the silver screen. Tell us a little bit about the background of Fuzzy and how you got into being Fuzzy incognito.
Well, Fuzzy himself name was Al St. John.
Okay.
And his uncle was Fatty Arbuckle. And Fatty Arbuckle and Al St. John and Buster Keaton made silent movie comedies together, and they were very successful. But later on in Fuzzy's career, or Al's career, he became Fuzzy, which was a sidekick to B Western stars.
Okay.
And like Buster Crabbe and Lash LaRue. So Lash and Fuzzy were sidekicks together in the movies. They made about 16 movies together. And I started doing Fuzzy about, maybe 5 years ago.
Okay.
But really, Barry, I'll tell you, I wanted to be John Wayne, but I wasn't tall enough. So I settled for growing a beard and becoming Fuzzy. And been very successful with it. And the great thing about it is you meet so many people being the character Fuzzy, and because they all want to know what you're doing, and it's a lot of fun. So I enjoy doing that. And I have even met a lot of people that really knew Fuzzy and even had played music and everything with Fuzzy. Oh. And if I hadn't not been dressed in my Fuzzy outfit, they would never approached me and told me all the stories they have. So I've heard lots of stories about Fuzzy, and it's just been a lot of fun.
Now the kids are warming up to you too, aren't they?
Yeah, the kids love it. They don't really know who Fuzzy is. Went into a famous restaurant in Atlanta, Georgia. That's where I live, in Atlanta, Georgia. And one come up and said, "Hey, can we get a picture with you?" And I said, "Well, sure, So they took a picture and they said, "You're Stinky Pete, aren't you?"
You were always on the side of the good guys, weren't you?
Right. Well, you know, I used to get real mouthy and everything, and you know, but then I had to run and get Lash to help me out.
It was a fast-paced, fun weekend during Cowboy Days here in northern Michigan this past July. The Cowboys made their way from town to town, spreading goodwill and good times. Next week, we'll visit with Matt Dillon, Annie Oakley, Rooster Cogburn, and Eula Goodnight, and learn what it may have been like as a cowpoke on the trail, relying on a chuck wagon for sustenance. We'll visit with Tee and Helen Raymont, who are well-versed on the subject, traveling throughout the state giving special educational presentations at school assemblies and other venues and events like Cowboy Days. Tee's built an authentic operating chuck wagon and prepares actual meals the way a cook would on the trail, complete with cowboy coffee. We'll also visit with a wandering artist, entertainer, magician, and jack of all trades, the incredible John Merrick. A big thanks to all those that made the days possible and the graciousness of those northern Michigan businesses that played host to Cowboy Days 2013. Michigan Magazine is being brought to you in part by Remembering Good Times and Great Food. Frank and Lisa invite you to Tin Lizzie's in Mayo for a blast back to the 50s and 60s when food was made from scratch, including home-ground Angus burgers. A full menu of great food and good memories await you at the new Tin Lizzie's of Mayo. Clemix Sales and Service on Mapes Road, west of Mayo, your complete recreational vehicle sales and service connection. Visit their beautiful showroom of new and pre-owned ATVs, lawnmowers, power equipment, snowmobiles, utility vehicles, and more. Clemix Sales and Service is also the home of the American-made Victory motorcycle line on display at Clemix on Mapes Road, Mayo. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, what began as a crazy idea among 9 police officers to purchase the historic Clare City Bakery quickly became an international phenomenon, carrying on a Michigan tradition with delicious donuts, pies, pastries, breads, original coffee, and more, plus a full menu at the new adjacent Traffic Stop Diner. Downtown Clare, a winning combination, Cops and Donuts.
I'll tell you what, it is always so nice to be at places where they serve wonderful blackberry pie and food of all kinds. Today we're here at beautiful Buckley, Michigan, and we're at the 38th Buckley Old Engine Show. And I'll tell you if this is any good in just a minute. My goodness. Delicious.
Good pie.
Now who made it? Who made the pie?
They come from the St. Pat's Catholic Church.
Delicious.
And the ladies come through every day and drop 2 of them off to us, so we're very fortunate.
Once again, Barry, you missed the taste test. And who do we have here? Over here. Jim Whooper. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And I'm going to finish my blackberry pie, but you're with the Buckley Old Engine Show.
I am.
And what is your position and what do you do here?
I am a trustee with the club. Trustee,
okay.
And, I do too many things to list, I guess.
Okay.
But I guess my main job would be I take care of the tractor part of the show.
Okay. Buckley Old Engine Show. How it got started, why it got started, and who were the founding members, the charter members of the Old Engine?
Well, you're gonna test my memory a little bit with some of the. I don't think I can remember all of the charter members, but it actually got started by a gentleman named Leonard Klaus. And he obtained a 1913 bull tractor, which we can show you later on today. And he got together with other guys in the area that also liked old farm machinery, and they started this club like 38 years ago. Yeah. But they started in the little town of Coatmish at Joe Redman's farm, who was also one of the charter members. And they had it 2 years over there, and it just, they found out there was a lot more antique tractor and engine collectors in the area than they ever thought. So 2 years later, it moved over here to Buckley to its current grounds. And it expanded from the first 20 acres into almost 300 acres now.
300 acres here?
Yeah. So.
And is that pretty well filled with tractors and
we use every inch of it, and we really are in desperate need of more land. So we're looking for more.
I'm told this is the largest in Michigan. Is that correct? The largest tractor show?
We're the largest antique tractor and engine show. There's one other show in Michigan that they claim the title of the largest gas tractor show.
Oakley?
Oakley, yeah.
Okay.
But we're a little more broad in our scope. We have steam engines, and we have the old-fashioned front street. with a print shop and a harness shop, and we have a train.
Takes you around.
Takes you for a mile ride. Yep, it's a real steam locomotive from 1923.
Oh, really?
Yep. When we have.
Will we see that today?
Sure.
Okay.
We'll get you maybe in the cab there to ring the bell as we go around.
Great.
And we have arts and crafts, and we have a huge flea market with 550 lots, and thrashing and baling and gas engines, and you name it, we've got it.
How many active members do you have in this club?
Around 600 families.
600 families. Give me a little bit of background on yourself, Jim. How did Jim ever get involved? Why did Jim get involved?
Well,
what is your background?
Both of my grandfathers were involved. So I'm 36, and this is my 36th year in a row being to the show. So I've never missed a show since I was born. But my grandpa Looper used to be a big flea market. He sold tools. He was actually the very first flea marketer that Buckley had, him and his friend Tom Bartz.
What year would that have been? About
36 years ago, maybe. Mm-hmm. I mean, I honestly, maybe a little. I'm not sure if he was ever involved when it was at Coatmish or not.
Okay.
And then my grandpa Voice, on my other side of the family, he collected antique gas engines. So between the two of them,
you were hooked.
I was hooked.
And your father?
No, my uncle collects antique gas engines. He's here. He's a big part of the show too. But.
So, really, this Buckley Engine Show really is a family event almost.
It is. We have lots of entire families involved, and most of the members have been members for years. So we've all become a family. You know, I know Katie really well, and her husband, and everybody else. You look forward to seeing everybody every year, and throughout the year when we have work bees and stuff. So we are a close-knit family.
Great. Well, anyhow, Jim, where is it? I mean, you've talked a little bit about, you've got 300 acres now, you've acquired there's 300 acres that everything's is put together on, and you're looking for more. Where does it end, or does it?
I hope it doesn't.
Okay. I mean, I'm saying, as far as expansion-wise, I mean, the show will go on, I mean,
right.
Is there a lot of activity? Do you find a lot of young folks that are involved in this? Do you have problems with volunteers, or do you get a lot of volunteers?
No, we're so big, we always need more help. That there's always a shortage on help, but we do have a lot of young people involved for being an antique. A lot of antique tractor shows and engine shows are having trouble with that right now.
Yes.
And Buckley is blessed that we have a lot of young people involved in every area of the show. We can introduce you to some kids down there who can run these, century-old steam engines just like they've always been on them. We really are lucky.
So you educate them. It's not only preservation, but it's also education.
Correct.
All the old machinery.
Actually, our bylaws were listed as an educational club.
Yeah.
Our goal is to demonstrate this stuff to the public so it doesn't die out, because no one thrashes wheat anymore like we thrash wheat here. It's just not something that's done anywhere besides an antique tractor show. So.
How many volunteers do you have, say, that come in to help at this given time for this? This is quite a project. Hundreds of people.
Yeah.
And they give of their self?
Yep, no one gets paid. It's all volunteer. We're nonprofit.
Yeah. That's a wonderful thing to see that people come together like that and do that.
Sometimes we wonder that 2 weeks before the show, when there's nobody here, if this is going to happen, and everyone just shows up and everything gets done. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's like the farmer praying for rain, and there's no rain, and then all of a sudden it comes.
There you go.
And it keeps things alive. Well, at this point, Jim, I guess you and I should be doing is maybe taking a walk out there or get on a cart or something.
Okay.
And show us the grounds. This is our first time here.
We'll give you the grand tour.
Yeah, and so the folks out there who are watching us right now, we are in Buckley, Michigan, and we are at the Buckley Old Engine Show. Is that? I guess it's the right way to say it.
That is the right way to say it.
Okay, so let's get up and take a ride.
All right.
Well, we're going to take the grand tour now of the Buckley Old Engine Show.
All right.
Okay, Jim, lead us on.
All right.
Now, this here is just for camping in this part here?
No, this is what we call the antique gas engine area. And these are where most of the stationary gas engines that would run your corn grinders and your that's called a drag saw. That's how you would cut your firewood in the old days. There's a feed mill on there. There's a corn sheller on there. All run by a stationary gas engine.
Like the old crosscut saw.
Yeah, but a powered one, yeah.
So these are all exhibits. They come from where? All over the state or all over the country?
All over the country.
Oh, all over.
Yeah, we've registered people from Missouri, Indiana, Ohio, Ontario, Canada. We draw from a large area.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's 300 acres here.
Yes. Yep.
And this is filled right to capacity.
See these beautiful antique gas engines?
Yeah.
These are the real big gas tractors. These are the big monsters here. But these are gas powered, not steam powered. A lot of people get them confused because they look very similar to a steam engine.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They're made of heavy iron.
Yeah.
And they look, in that time period, they look like they would be.
Well, they're from the same time period, actually.
They are.
Yeah, that one there is a 1918, and this is a 1917.
Thanks for joining us in this edition of Michigan Magazine. Now get out and do your own exploring and tell us all about it on one of our social networks. You'll find a link to all our hangouts like Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, Pinterest, Twitter, VineKeek, YouTube, and all the rest at MichiganMagazine.com. Now here's the phrase of the day: preserving truth, justice, and the American way. Email it now to us at iWatchMichiganMagazine@gmail.com, and you're entered in our 25th anniversary prize giveaway. Have a great day. We'll see you next week. We'd like to thank all those that help keep Michigan Magazine on the road. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Thunder Bay Resort, a destination for all seasons with special events and packages. Thunder Bay Resort in Hillman. Rose Valley Winery on Beechwood Road in Rose City. See what thousands are raving about, creating a delicious variety of award-winning Michigan wines. Stop by and taste for yourself. The taste of Michigan is yours at Rose Valley Winery. Borch Healthcare of Rose City and West Branch, skilled nursing and rehabilitation facilities in beautiful northern Michigan. The Rose City facility is a leader in dementia care, specializing in the treatment and care for those with Alzheimer's. For more information or to schedule a tour, call us now. Hale Hardware, your do-it center in Hale, Michigan. Much more than a regular hardware store, providing everything you need for whatever your project is, along with a knowledgeable sales staff to get her done. Serving northern Michigan since 1946. Hale Hardware, south of M65 at Ainsley in Hale. The Michigan-made rebounding mailbox pull. Never again worry about the winter snowplow taking out your mailbox with this ingenious rebounding pull. Your mailbox takes a hit and keeps coming back year after year. Call now or visit their website, toughmailboxes.com.